Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with part 2 of part 4 of our beginner journal making series. In the first part of part 4, we did we made the envelope flip insert, and we covered it with all of the papers. So in today's video, we are going to put all of the things in the pockets. I did do all the cutting off camera just so that we could save some time, but in case you didn't catch the other video, I'll show you this. I kept these little posties because the envelope project has 9 envelopes and 20 sides, and then these were the sizes of the envelopes that I used. That has all been, pictures are in the other video of those dimensions as well. So again, this is what we did in the last video. So we've got this beautiful flippy bit. I left all the well, I guess I left only just some of those pictures on. We need to take those off. We don't need those anymore. So there we go. I think there's one more. Where's the other one? I thought there was 3 left on here. Maybe not. So this is what we did. So I'm going to preface this video by saying that I am a little bit slow today. It is Saturday, February the 22nd. I was at school yesterday with one of my Down syndrome kiddos, and I fell really hard in PE, and I'm in a lot of pain. I don't think there's anything serious wrong. I've got a little bit of pinching in my back, which for me generally goes away with some rest, but I landed really hard on my left side of my hip, and so yeah, I'm not feeling great. But I didn't want to hold up our progress on this series, and I had already had all this prepped, so I haven't been sitting in here because I don't think I'm going to be able to sit for very long. But we're going to get going. So I'm going to set this over here, and I just brought a bunch of things over. This is our little sentiment container. I took some time and cut some whale tail punches out for the journal in general, but also for the tags and journal cards that are going to go in the journal. And then I pulled this out. This is all the little bits because we'll want to be doing a little bit of decorating as well. And I do want to show you this lace. So I've mentioned it to you guys before. I've told you I'm looking for this lace, a lace again that is very tearable. I showed you in another video what the scrap piece of the last one I had looked like, but this is what this one looks like when it's torn, which is exactly what I was looking for. It came from Italy, really reasonably priced. Took a long time to get here. I did order some more because this is exactly what I was looking for. So we'll probably be introducing that into this project as well. So I'm going to set these things aside because we don't need those quite yet. I have my Fabri-Tac out, my Barely Arts glue, my coffee. I need a drink. When I went to the doctor last week, she gave me muscle relaxant because she believed that a lot of my headaches were from something I did to my neck, and so thankfully I had those on hand. So I have muscle relaxers to get me through some of this craziness. So it was a very bad surprise. I was so embarrassed because it was a kindergarten class and every student saw me fall. And another para that was there saw me fall. The gym teacher saw me fall, and it's just not a good scene. I'm 59 years old. I really like to be all in with my students. I like to engage with them. This particular kiddo loves to run and play, but he doesn't understand the rules of how to play with his peers, and so I run with him, and that hence where I landed literally. So what I did is I flipped through the project, and I wrote down the sizes of the cards that I needed to be in each pocket, as well as if they were side loading or top loading, okay? And then the large envelope pocket, because that's going to tell me directionally which direction my paper needs to go. Because if I do a top loading, I have a top loading pocket, but the image is going the opposite direction, that obviously doesn't make sense. So this is another cheat sheet. So there's one represented. So there's a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9? Huh, that's weird. We'll have to check that out because we have 20 panels. So I don't know what I was thinking, but we'll get to it. So, and then on the pieces that I did, I went ahead and wrote the dimensions on it so I know which pocket it goes in. So let's go ahead and pull this over. I'm going to go ahead and pop open my little tabs here. I've got them in various sizes. I have dies that do this, so when I'm making a big project, I just get my die cutting machine out and I do all of these on the big one. So that's what we've got there. And so I kind of look at this and go, oh, this is a pretty small card, so I don't want anything too big, maybe that size. So let's find out where this 3 1/4 by 5 one would go. And it is a top loading. So is it here? It's probably right here. So we're going to go ahead and check it out, make sure. Oh, nope, this is a side loading. That is a side loading pocket. Let me make sure that this is right. I'm so sorry, guys. 3 1/4 by 5 side loading. Okay. Maybe it's this one here. Maybe it's this one here. Nope. It's got to be that one, though. I probably measured something incorrectly. It's a top loading. Well, well, well. What did I do? What did I do? That's a side loading. Well, I guess this one could be a side loading. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. What did I say? This was 3 1/4 by 5. It is a side loading. I'm so sorry, guys. It is a side loading, so it's supposed to go here. So I like to just check and make sure that the fit is okay. So let me just pry that open and see. Looks like, oh, it looks like it's good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round the corners on this. I'm going to ink it up, and then we're going to put our whale tail punch on. I am going to round these corners, though, with my 7mm corner punch. I'm not going to bother with inking the back. I can do that later off camera. But this is our whale tail punch, so I'm going to go ahead and just fold that in half and ink it as well. And I'm going to glue it on. This is going to be a very fundamental kind of process, so you might find it boring, you might not. But you can speed me up if you need to, because again, it is pretty elementary in many ways. So then the reason why I wrote side loading versus top loading, that also indicates where my tab needs to go. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. And I'm really, really not feeling well. I'm actually going to take my sweater off. But I can't lay on the couch either, because that's not good for my body to do that all the time either. I laid around all day, all night last night, and then I fell asleep again this morning on the couch. So I need to get moving. My body needs to move. So there we go. So I'm going to stick that in there. Yeah. Just be careful that when you start, oh, why is that not going in? When you shove these in, that whale tail tab punch is still wet because I used Fabri-Tac, so it's not dry yet. So sometimes what happens is you run into a piece of the envelope in there. So I'm just going to grab my metal ruler and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to see if we can, or we might be at that. I can't imagine that we can't go any further though, but maybe, because it depends on where we put that white glue and how much landscape it took up over here. So it looks like that's where we're at, but we're good with that because it is just going to stick out a little bit, which is fine. Okay, so this is 3 7/8 by 6, so this is a top loading pocket. Okay, so let's see if this is top loading. It looks like this one. Nope, that's yeah, that's top loading, so we'll put that one there. So again, let's just go ahead and pick our tab together here. See what we've got here. Oh, I kind of like that one right there. And we'll use this biggish one. Yes, that's a word today. And around these corners as well. What did I use before? Did I use 7mm? Yes, I did. I think. No, did I? Yeah. So I hope you'll forgive me for being a little bit wonky. And if you guys pray out there, I would appreciate the prayers. I have had so many things thrown at me lately that I can't catch my breath. I've been sick for 2.5 weeks. Finally was feeling better with my sinuses and all that, and then I fell. So it's not fun. So if you're a prayer person, I would covet your prayers that this is not something that needs additional treatment. I did file an accident report, but I'm hoping that I don't have to tap into that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and you can also use their white glue. You just have to be a little bit more precise when you place it on. You don't have as much time to move it, but let me show you what that means. The benefit of the white glue is that you don't have to worry about moving it quite as much accidentally as well. So I'm just aiming for the center, guys. I don't strive for perfection. If it's not absolutely in the middle, will be fine. Okay, so that one's going to go in here. Looks like we're not going to get down on that one either. So let me see what is going on. I followed these. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of wiggling to get that in there, but it's just not going. So let's see what we did here. Yeah, see, it should go all the way, or almost all the way to the bottom. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So sometimes you can take your ruler in there and just kind of push that and get a little bit more of your landscape back. But let's see if that's better. It is catching on something in there. There we go. There we go. So that's what you really want it to look like. Let's see if we can get this one to go down as well. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. That one definitely should go down in there. So let's try that again. Let me see if I can peek in there and see. I don't see anything in the way. So very odd. Very odd indeed. So if you didn't want to fuss with this, you could just make your cards a little bit shorter. So that's not going anywhere. So we're just going to move on. Okay, so this one is 3 1/8 by 3 inches. So that's going to be one of our tiny envelopes. And this is going to be a top loading pocket. So that should be good. That's nice and roomy in there. So we will continue on in this fashion for a bit. Now I am using Vintage Photo Archival ink with my little nail buffer, and so I'm getting a really, really dark ink. If you don't like that, you could definitely go with a lighter ink. And because this is a dry project in terms of we're not going to be putting anything wet or doing any mixed media, you shouldn't have to use Fabri-Tac. An archival ink. It's what I prefer. It's what I use for everything, so it's automatically what I pull from. I've tried using like the oxides and stuff, and I just don't like them for this purpose. So got a little bit of ooze and glue there. Okay, so that's kind of interesting because it shows that that other side is also the same print. Now I cut these tabs from scraps that I've already accumulated. Some of them were full pages because I didn't have scraps in every possible print. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So pretty. Okay, so 4.5 by 6 3/4. So that's not going to be that one. It's probably going to be not that one either. It's this one. It's not that one. I think one of them I had to go smaller because of my paper, but I don't think it's this one. So that's that. And it's too big for that one. Goodness gracious. What did I do? Okay, let's set that one aside. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. It's a side loading pocket, so oh, I bet it's this one right here. I'm pretty sure it's this one, but we'll hold on for the moment. This is 5 by 8. This is the big pocket. Okay, let's pick a tab for this one. It's a pretty big card, so we'll pick one of the larger tabs here. See what we got. Would it be all right to use this one? Yeah, I think this one would be all right. This is not my favorite print in the kit, but it's a nice accent. Okay, so this is top loading again. Make sure that you're looking and confirming which pocket this is going in so that you get it where you want it. So it's going in this large pocket. Now, this being said, like, you could put more than one thing in each of these pockets. So, oh, this one's tight. Oh no, oh no. Now they do loosen up over time, so don't be too concerned. It looks like it's this edge over here. We probably glued that side because of that pocket area that we were trying to preserve. So sometimes I do have to trim them down, which is not a big deal. But let me just stand this up and see if I can. No, that's not going to go. Bummer deal. Okay. So I'm going to trim this up just by hand, and I'm hoping that I can still round those edges again. So I'm just going to take off about 1/8 of an inch off of each side. And the reason why I'm doing it off of both sides is so that my tab stays centered-ish. I was doing this when I wasn't feeling good as well, so it's all good. Oh, good. That we got plenty of space to do that. Sometimes I trim those and then I can't get my circle or my corner rounder in there. So but that's working just fine and dandy. Should be golden now. So better to leave extra room than to not have enough room and struggle like I am struggling. This struggle is unnecessary. Okay, there we go. So 3 1/4 by 4 by 3 3/4 by 6. I'm just looking at my cheat sheet here. What? 3 3/4 by 6. I do not see one. That's interesting. So we'll see. This is obviously a top load. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a top loading, but let's just see where we can put it. I think it's probably here. Yeah, probably there. So same dealio. It's a pretty big tab for this card, but it's better than this super small one. So there we go. I like to make sure that those little bits are level with the edge there, those little corners. Okay, so that one's gonna go in here. Oh, did I just do that wrong? It's a side loading. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Let's take that off. So okay, we're gonna have to set that one aside for the moment though and come back to it when that glue is dried. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so this one is a 3 by 3. Isn't that image so cute? Love it. Just round that up. So in the next video, we're going to be working on a few pieces of ephemera. Again, very, very basic construction. We're going to do a hidden journaling spot. We're going to do a lace belly band and some other basic ephemera, because again, this series is geared towards beginners, so that I can share kind of how I work through ephemera in my journals, and how I choose things is mainly my goal in helping you with that. So so for some of you this might be very elementary, but yeah, it's here for the general population too. So I hope people are enjoying it. Okay, so that's that green dress. So we're going to turn this one upside down. Get some white glue. My back is killing me. I'm not going to be able to sit here for very long at a time. Let's make sure that's, see, you got to check. So this is not a top loading pocket. It is, I believe it opens over here or over here. Oh, come on, Renee. Can I get this open? Sorry about that clanging. Oh, it's right here, I think. Why is this so hard to see? There we go. So it is a side load, and I'm just going to stick that postie there so I don't have to struggle again. So that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and just turn this. That's the whole idea of checking. So now our tab will come out the side of the little card rather than the top. And I realize I'm probably going off camera, guys. I keep relaxing my back, and I'm moving from my place here. Okay, there we go. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So where does this puppy go? And this one is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Top loading. So this is a top loading card. So let's see where she's supposed to go here. Not there, because that's a side loading. I'm gonna have to trim that one down. I don't like that. Wonder if I just did too many, or I counted them twice or something. Oh, wait a minute. I bet it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. So I just said I'm having trouble thinking. It's a top loading, so I'm going to put my tab on the top. I'm sorry for the rough video, guys. But as I mentioned before, once I start, I have to finish, because this is a series and I cannot omit a step just because it didn't work well for me. So this is not how I wanted my weekend to go. I had so many plans for things I wanted to prepare in the studio and things I wanted to do in the house, and I can't do them. I'm so bummed. So incredibly bummed, but such is life. Thankfully, the student was okay. I checked with the teacher and she said he was fine. He was sitting on his circle spot when she got there, so I'm really glad about that. But and then I went back to the class and I couldn't even stay. I couldn't stop crying, and I was embarrassed, and I was hurting, and I was stiff, and I couldn't sit down, and I'm like, I'm going home. It was only an hour early, so like no big deal, but and it took me a while to get home because I was like, it wasn't trusting my, did I just do that right? Yes, stop loading. Normally these things are not this difficult, guys, for me. There we go. It's such a great variety of tabs, isn't it? Different colors and patterns. So let's see if we can scooch that down in there. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then we have this one that's 4 3/4 by 7, and I believe it's this pocket. And so this one is a side loading. So we're going to round those corners as well. We are also probably, I'm hoping to do a master board as well. So we'll do a 2-part master board creation where we'll make the master board in one video, because I've had a lot of interest. People want to see that process, how I do them, and then you know, how I kind of select and lay down my papers, and then how I cut them up and make them into beautiful ephemera. Now that is something you can find on YouTube in a million videos or more. But again, because this is the beginner series, I want to provide that for this group of viewers. There we go. A lot of people enjoyed the hidden spine, which made me very happy. So this is a side loading, so it's going to go like that. So let's see what we've got for a pretty but different tab for that. Maybe the pink. Yeah, I like that contrast against that more vintagey look of this particular digital. And again, and I might go in and do the larger cards, do a second card to go in the pockets, because this is again going to be my journal for my Emily. So I thought as many large writing spaces as I can have will be good, because I can transfer writings and poems and things that I've done over the years into this journal. So okay, oh, that was the last one there. So let's go ahead and grab this one again, and this is not a problem. Okay, we're just gonna take some ink and just ink over that, make it a little bit more grungy like we did it on purpose. It's not a problem. And then we're gonna put this on the side, because what pocket was this supposed to go in? This one right here. So it's gonna go on this side. It happens, you know. Sometimes it happens a lot. Sometimes it doesn't happen for a long time, and then all of a sudden it happens all the time. So there we go. Just get that on there. Okay, give that a press. Our little dress is going sideways, but I don't care. I don't care. And then what's going to happen, I got one more, and then we'll talk about the next thing, because this is sticking out in too far, so I'm going to pull that out a little bit. So where did this last one go? I wonder if this was a dupe or something. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and there's that one, and there's this one, and this one. So I think I have an extra. So I'm not sure which one it would have fit into, because it's kind of large. So I will just set this aside for now. But what I will do off camera, because I do need to go, is I'll be putting some eyelets in these and putting some of this material. I haven't used this yet, so I'm hoping that I'm going to like using it for that purpose. But it's this really beautiful kind of eyelet, kind of textile bit. So let me see if I can unravel it. So this is what it looks like in its whole form. So I'm going to do that off camera. I've got two colors, this pink, and then this one that's got some really faint green on it. And I will, you'll be able to see all of the finishedness in the video at the end as well. Oh, I was going to, no, we need to not be done yet. So sorry. We need to decorate this a little bit, because this is awful right now. So let's go ahead and see what we can add in the form of pockets to some of these plainer large pieces. So I'm just going to reach in here, and I've got a bunch of, I went on my computer and I just printed a bunch of stuff that I found when I searched pink on my hard drive. And this is some of the shabby pink stuff that I found, which I was really happy about. So I'm going to see if I can use some of this to create a pocket. That would make a gorgeous pocket right there. So it can be like a side tuck. I think we'll have to trim it down a little bit though. So I'm going to do this all by hand, guys. I don't have any space on my table right now for a trimmer. Not a big deal. So I'm going to try to leave that edge, and I'm just going to take some off the top, okay? And I'm just going to kind of make a corner tuck, kind of a tall corner tuck. So I'm going to round this corner here, and that's all. Ink it up. I believe this one might be from Sweet Pea Curiosities. I'm not sure. Yes, it is. It's from her. I'll link it. Really, really beautiful. Shabby pink something. So I haven't used her stuff. I haven't used it before. I have bought the kit and I haven't really used it in full. So we're going to put that right there. So we're going to glue it on two sides. So I like to hold it where I don't want the glue so I don't get confused. And then just put a little bit of white glue right here. We'll do a little bit of this. I'll do this until I can't sit here, and then you'll be able to see everything in the pictures at the end that I'm not able to complete on camera. So there we go. That was pretty straight cut. Not bad. So now that's going to be a tuck. Okay, so let's see what else is really plain. This one definitely needs something, which will be great to use some of these smaller bits. Oh, this is really pretty. That is gorgeous right there, isn't it? I think it's supposed to go like that, though. I want one that's going the direction that I want it to go. So let's keep looking. Yeah, let's do that. Look at how we can make that a little tuck. Let's do that. So I still want to put a little bit of this lace on there just because I'm dying to actually use it. I'm just looking to see I don't have anything else in that basket that would be better. So let me find that end I already started to tear as my test right here. So it tears beautifully. So I'm just going to tear it this way and show you. It's a little hard to tear, but it does tear. Actually, let me start it with the scissors and see if that helps me a little bit. It's not tearing against that grain very well, though, so it looks like it's very directional, which is not unusual. So let's see what we've got going on here. So we don't need that much. We actually can go the direction we want it to go, I think. So I'm going to cut there because I don't want to waste any of this lace. So I'm going to tear that part off the top. See how that tears? Is so yummy. And then we need to just trim that edge off, and I'll just kind of pull that to make it ratty. And then we're going to put that out there, but I can't have that. Can't really have that sticking up there because of the pocket. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tear this side as well, and then we will cut off the top so it's not in the way. Hoping this is making some sense. Modicum, as I like to say. Oh, I love that though. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside for a sec. And I'm going to grab a piece of paper, just a random piece of paper that I can just put some glue, put down on my table here. And I'm going to glue this onto this, and then I'll trim off the top. Actually, we could go like that. It might be okay to leave it. That's upside down, Cara-Renee. It might be upside down. It might be okay. Goodness gracious. Alrighty, so there we go. So I'm going to put that right there. And then we're going to kind of preview this and see what we think. Yeah, I think it might be okay. I wonder if we can kind of fold this down and have it go like, nah, yeah. We're just going to do it. We're going to do it. So I am going to just glue it on Oh, this is going to be tricky. I really don't like, I like to use my Fabri-Tac for fabric and lace, but I need to use the white glue because I need to not have a super thick line because this is such a small card. So we're just gonna, I can't hardly see past that lace. Okay, there we go. Okay. We're just gonna set that down there. It's not upside down now. Okay. And then just let that sit for a moment. And let's go ahead and round these edges as well. I'm not going to put a tab on this tiny card, but yeah, it's going to go in there. But I'm going to get a piece of parchment because I don't want that to stick to any glue that might be oozing. So I keep, this is parchment paper from the grocery store. It's just in the baking section or wherever you get your foil and whatnot. And it's great for using to make sure that you can move on with your project and not worry about anything. So I just kind of go like that, kind of wrap that in there and then just stick it in there. So it's in its place, but it's not going to be affected by glue. Okay, so that's pretty. Got some white edge showing there, which I'm not feeling very good about, but I will trim that off camera. I don't want to take that time here. So let's see. I think this one could just take a label. So these are labels from the kit. Forget the rules. If you like it, wear it. I love it. I love it. Let's round those up a little bit. I think I've got about 10 more minutes in me, guys. And so whatever we can get done in the next 10 minutes, we will do. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous there. So I feel like we need something else there. We need a little piece of paper or something to bridge that. So let me see if I got a scrap here. I mean, I know I have a scrap here, but I'm just going to pull over this little thing. This is how I keep my papers for my kits, or for my projects rather. So I want to find something that will be pretty. Maybe this one will be okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to have to get the cutter. There's no way I can trust myself to do that. So I'm just going to bring my cutter out. It's going to not probably be all in beautiful view for you, but you'll be able to see it here in a momento. Whoops. It's the score tool. Oh yeah, this is nice. It's not very distinct though, is it? Doggone it. I don't like that. Ooh, look what I found. This is the strip off of that other piece. Nope. Let's see if we've got something in here that we can use. Sorry to be popping around and changing my mind. It's kind of challenging. Oh, look at, we've got the dress. Too big, but we got the dresses. I forgot what's all in here. We've got some pockets. Just want to find a color that's going to be a little bit more contrasty there. If I can, I'm not finding it. Okay, so when all else fails, use some lace. Use some lace. We've got this. This will work. Yeah. It's okay to struggle. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue here. Go ahead and put that lace down. Oh, I love this lace. I ordered more from her. It comes from Italy. It takes about 3-4 weeks, but it was worth it. This is a bit of a thick piece of paper to go on that lace, but we're going to just keep rolling with it, okay? Because I didn't think about that. But you can still see it sticking out the sides, which is fine with me. Okay, so this one's fine. This can probably use a word, but not anything too too major. So I've got itty bitty labels here, which actually might be fun there. Yeah, let's go ahead and use one of these. I printed them the regular size, and then I printed them 2 to a page. And I know I mentioned that I would show you guys how I do that on my printer, but I can't actually show it in real time. So I'm going to insert a image of my print screen, which I shared in another video, and you guys can check that out. Because every printer is going to be different. I mean, I think they all have the capacity to do it, but mine, I'm just showing you mine. So I think I'm just going to put that right there and just call it good. Does it need a little bit of lace? Probably. Probably. Just a little bit of stringy. This is what I love about this. I love this stringiness. You can hardly read this. It's in French, so I'm not going to try to slaughter that for you. I'm not going to slaughter it by attempting to say it. Whoops. Just going to put that right there. Oh, so pretty. I know it's very tiny for you guys to see. So we're going to do one more bit here, and then I need to go. So this is another large panel. Let me see what else we've got here. So, oh, that would be very pretty there as a pocket, wouldn't it? Yes. And look at the size of that. Is absolutely perfect. So we'll make this a top-loading pocket there. And I don't remember, I think this is also from Sweet Pea Curiosity, but I will link this because I've only picked a couple different things I saw because I didn't want to get super confused about all the things I was using. So, oh yeah. That's gorgeous. Let's do that. So we're going to put glue on 3 sides. So this is our top. So I like to hold it there, at least initially, and then put my glue around the other 3 edges. And we'll put something in the pocket off camera. I actually could probably put this little, it looks like it's like supposed to be like a book cover or something. I'll show it to you here in a sec. So look at that. This could actually slide right in there, couldn't it? We can't put it in right now, but I've got a few of them. And then there's this little card too, which would be really pretty as well. Maybe we'll use that one. Yeah, let's use that one. So I'm going to finish off with this one. I'm just going to try to follow that pattern of just having that ruggedy edge, irregular edge that is part of the digital. And then I can't put this one in because that pocket needs to set. So I'm just going to go like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and bid you adieu. And again, thank you for your patience in today's video. And I will see you in the next video where we will be making some different ephemera from start to finish. Some of them, one of them is more complex. The others are basic, so we'll be good. So that's going to slide in there. So I'm going to say goodbye. Take care.